A number of years ago, I approached my boss and I told him to stop blaspheming the name of God in the workplace. And what happened after that completely shocked me. Now, I want to say, first of all, I'm not advising anyone to do this. To be completely honest with you, I still don't really know if it was the right thing to do. I felt a conviction that had built up and I felt to do it. But the reason why I say I'm not sure if it was the right thing to do is because of the scripture in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 12, where it actually says, "For what have we to do with judging outsiders? Is it not those inside the church whom you are to judge?" We're to judge a Christian by their fruits, and we can bring correction to a Christian because they profess to hold to the truths that the Bible communicates. And they make themselves a representative of Christ by professing his name. But to those who are living in the world, they don't hold to that same standard. So what happened here? Basically, I was working as a property valuer, valuing commercial property a number of years ago before I got sick with Lyme disease. And I was in the workplace. I'd go into my boss's office quite often and we'd have some good chats. He would always, one of those people that's always like, blah, 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 JC, blah, 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 JC, oh, blah, 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 JC. And it just built on me over time. And I felt this conviction where it's just grating at me. And I didn't say anything about it until it sort of just got to a point where I just felt convicted, like I want to say something about this, like respectfully, but you don't know how someone's going to respond. They're going to think you're a religious nut, or they're going to say, who are you to tell me what I can and can't say in the workplace? Who are you to judge me? So I was sitting in there and I was a bit nervous, and I just said, oh, look, there's just something I want to say. It's no big deal. And like in terms of, I know you don't mean anything when you say this, but I've noticed that a lot of the times you use the name Jesus Christ in this certain way, and sort of just being a Christian, I don't feel comfortable with that. I know that you mean nothing by it, but I just wanted to express that because I really respect you, and I thought that I could communicate that to you. Now, his reaction here isn't the thing that I'm talking about that shocked me. There's something else that I'm going to tell you in a moment, but this was his reaction. He just like looked at me and he was just like, "Oh, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean anything by it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Oh, I've worked with all different types of people. I respect all different types of people. I'd work closely with a Muslim lady, and I respect all beliefs and all of that." So that was his reaction. He actually was very humble about it and wanting to not upset anyone. Now, following that, obviously he was in the habit of blaspheming the name of God in this way, using Jesus Christ's name in vain. Following that, he continued to do that. He just went back to the habit of doing that. And then at that point, I wasn't going to say anything else. I just said that because I felt convicted to say it. And once I said it. And then he knows, and that's with him, for him to deal with. So that's what happened. But then, this is what shocked me. A situation like that has the potential to fracture a relationship, especially when you have an employee telling a boss that, I'm not comfortable with this, could you maybe not do this, which is something that people just commonly do. They don't see anything wrong with it. But we were driving along, going out to one of the properties one day, and we were in the car, and the topic of Christianity came up. And he says to me, which shocked me, we're talking about the resurrection, and he just came out with it and sort of just said, yeah, you know what, I don't actually know if the resurrection was true or not. It may have happened, or maybe it didn't happen, but I'm not sure. And I was just like, what? He even thinks the possibility of the resurrection happened? Like, this was really shocking to me. And then I had a bit of a chat with him about that. But it was really interesting. I want to mention one final point here, right? Something that will earn the respect of people, people might hate you for it, but you will be respected for standing by your principles. There are so few people today that do stand by integrity, that have convictions, and that live those convictions out, and do it in love and humility. And when you do, people notice that there's something different, and they will often respect you even if they don't completely agree with you. Like I said, some people might completely hate you for it, but people will often respect you. And I've seen this a number of times in the workplace with a number of discussions I've had, and I'll probably do some more on this channel. I would like to. But that would be the thing that I would say is that conversation couldn't even have taken place unless there had been a mutual respect, unless there had been, I had lived out the Christian life in a way where he could see that I cared about him and I wasn't attacking him or anything like that. So it's so important to be that type of person so that other people will be open to the message that you have to communicate to them. I would love to get your thoughts on this. Like I said, I don't even know if it was the right thing to do. Leave your comments below and let me know what you think. And I'd love to communicate some more stories like this one. God bless you, friends. Talk to you soon.